Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I have a special video. I am celebrating my friend Snips by Kelly Baxter Fitzgerald. She has reached a huge milestone on YouTube. She's reached 5,000 subscribers. So we are all taking a turn scrap lifting her. Now, the layout that I chose to scrap lift is this one, and I absolutely love this one. Now, when I think of Kelly, I think of large Cricut overlays, wreath layouts, Cricut titles, but this one, I just loved this patchwork quilt-like layout, and so I'm going to be recreating that with different papers. Here's the photo that I want to scrapbook today, and last month we had a huge snowstorm. And I went out and made some snow angels. So it was fun to act like a kid and go play in the snow. So Kelly has a video that shows you how to make this layout, so I'm recreating it. I will leave her video linked down below in the description box. But basically you cut a bunch of 1-inch strips. And you start with a 10 by 10 piece of white cardstock. And then we're going to find the center of the cardstock. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure at 3 inches all the way around. So I'm going to start here at the top and just draw a line down to 3 inches. And then I'm going to go all the way around and just find that 3-inch mark. And then I'm going to take a 4 by 4 square piece of pattern paper and place it in the center. So for this layout, you're going to need a lot of 1-inch strips. You're going to need 1 by 4s, 1 by 5s, 1 by 6, 1 by 7, 1 by 8, and 1 by 9. So what I'm using today is the Simple Vintage Fresh Snow from Simple Stories. This collection is so beautiful, and I really like the way this turns out. I'm so excited for Kelly to be celebrating 5,000 subscribers. She's been not only a wonderful person to follow on YouTube, but she's been a great friend and mentor to me personally. And so I'm just super excited, and I hope that you will all give her a follow if you haven't already. Okay, so I'm going to start with the strips here. Now, the easiest way to do this is you're going to cut your strips and you're going to go in a pattern. So each of these measurements that I'm giving you, I'm going to give you the top, then the right, then the bottom, and then the left. So this top one here, this is a 1 by 4. So we're going to start with a 1 by 4. And then the next one to the right, I need to cut this down. This is going to be 1 by 6. Now, I will speed up the process. I'll get all these cut off screen, but these first couple I am cutting on screen. So we have 1 by 4 to start, 1 by 6 to the right. So I'll get this adhered down. And then for that next piece, the bottom piece, that's going to be a 1 by 5. So I've cut the strips. This will go a lot quicker now. So here is 1 by 5. And then to the left side, that's going to be another one that is 1 by 5. So you'll see here, I'm not really going in any pattern per se. I'm just picking some papers that I think look good together. These are all from that Simple Story, Simple Vintage Fresh Snow collection, and I've just cut them down. Now we're starting at the top. This is a 1 by 7. Then we're going to go around the square here. The next one is also going to be 1 by 7. And then for the bottom, that's going to be a 1 by 6. And then we're going to finish on the left side there with a 1 by 8. And so we'll get these adhered down. And then the last section that we need to glue down, they are all 1 by 9-inch strips. So that makes it pretty easy. So I've got all of these on here. And now we'll start with the 1 by 9-inch strips all the way around. So let me grab those here and we'll put those down. I'm just trying to decide which one I want on top, which it really doesn't matter because I'm going to end up rotating my page in just a moment. So here's the 1x9. And I'm being careful not to repeat the same strip going in the same direction, if that makes sense. So, although I just said that and I see one that is, this one kind of is in that same direction. But I've got several of these on the page. I think I repeated this darker pattern the most. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this one on. That is 1x9. And then the last one is a 1x9. Now, the reason we're adding these to a 10x10 piece of cardstock, you wouldn't have to do this, but this is just in case you don't get all the measurements lined up exactly right, which you'll notice here, I've got just a little bit of white that I'm going to have to end up trimming off. And that's exactly the reason for this 10x10 piece, is so that way if you have any imperfections, just the slightest imperfection, you can just trim it off. So that made it really easy. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do here is we've got all of these on here is I want to go ahead and mat this. So I'm going to mat this now on a piece of cardstock that is 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. So we'll get this glued down, and then so that gives us that white space, and I like the white space to rest your eye. So here's where I'm turning the page. I'm just trying to decide. I think at this time that I want that darker strip on the bottom. I know when I'm scrapbooking, I usually like the darker at the bottom to just draw your eye to the bottom. But in this case, I'm going to end up rotating it several different ways and trying out different directions. So it won't stay this way for long. I'm going to keep rotating the page. But we'll go ahead and glue this down onto that 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. And then we're going to glue this piece down onto a piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper that I went ahead and gutted the center. Now, Kelly guts the center of her papers quite often. And to do this, you place your paper at the 1-inch mark and you cut from 1 inch to 11 inch, and then you rotate your paper and you cut from 1 inch to 11 inch all the way around until you have the center cut out. And that's so we can preserve that paper to use it on another layout. And I really like the darker of this pattern paper on the outside. I think that helps just with the color balance. So we'll get this glued down, and then we can bring in the photo and start deciding on a title and embellishments. Now here's where I'm going to stray away from Kelly's design. So what I've scrap lifted today is this quilt-like pattern. But for my embellishments and my title, I'm going to go rogue here all on my own. So what I have here is a Cricut title. I belong to the My Creative Scrapbook Limited Edition subscriber kit. So these are gorgeous paper crafting scrapbooking kits that you receive each month. And I am on their design team now. I designed for their main kit, but this is their limited edition kit, and I love the kit so much that I'm still a paying subscriber for the limited edition. So if you are looking for a scrapbooking kit, I highly recommend My Creative Scrapbook because it comes with paper, it comes with ephemera, it comes with stickers, you get a stencil, you get a pre-cut Cricut cut file. Sometimes there's stamps, there's paper florals. I mean, it is loaded with product, and it's so fun to receive that kit every month. So back to what I was saying, this Winter Wonderland cut file came in the My Creative Scrapbook Limited Edition kit, I believe for the month of, this was either December or January, and I apologize, I can't remember which month it was, but this was included in the kit. And so I went ahead and backed the cut file with just some plain blue cardstock from my stash. And I have it there off to the side because I can't decide if I want to use the Winter Day or Winter Wonderland. From the sticker sheet, I've pulled this Snow Much Fun, and I've taken a powder tool and just removed the stick from the stickers. Now, I really like to remove the stick from the stickers So that way I can move them around more like die cuts. And then if I want to add some foam tape to add dimension, then I can do that as well. So I love the Snow Much Fun title here, wordy bit, and then I love the little snowflakes, so I know I want to add those. I'm still torn on what I want my title to be. And so I'm going to lift off the ephemera pieces and try this Winter Wonderland again. And I think right here, I really want to use it. And right here, I'm realizing that it's just not really popping with that wood grain paper. So I'm going to try rotating the paper and putting maybe just like a darker pattern paper in the background. And this is it. I love the way this looks. That really pops off of there. You can see the title better this direction. So I think this is the direction that I want to go with my layout. And let me put my photo back on here. I want that title to overlap my picture here. And I think this is starting to come together. And as Kelly would say in her videos, I'm getting happy. Love you, Kelly. Okay, so I'm still playing around with the placement on some of these stickers. And then off camera, I'm going to go and put a little bit of foam tape behind that Winter Wonderland cut file. So I'll go ahead and get that done. And then I'll glue that down and then I'll be back. So let me go ahead and get this adjusted to where I want it to be. And so now I went ahead and added some foam tape to the back. And I'll just peel these off here and we'll get this stuck down. I believe I've already peeled off the release paper, so I'm just pressing this down now. And see how that title really pops now with the word winter being on that darker pattern paper. At first I didn't want to use the cut file because I really want that patchwork to show. But I think you can still see the patchwork in the background. In fact, I love this layout so much, this design, that I'd really like to create another one of these with different pattern papers. I think you could recreate this design over and over and over again, and it would never look the same. So in Kelly's layout, she did Christmas and then the darker tones, where I'm doing more of like the cooler tones. And I think it looks completely different. Okay, I added a little foam dimension to the word strip Snow Much Fun. And then I went ahead and put down the sticker that is a snowflake. And now from the sticker sheet, I've pulled another wordy bit. And this one says mitten weather. So I'm going to put that down. And now I'm going to look on the sticker sheet for just some more snowflakes to add to the layout. Now I do want to mention this is a YouTube hop. So be sure to check out the description box below for all those that are participating. Like I said, we're all scraplifting Kelly, and she is so very creative. And so I'm sure this hop is really going to be a good one. So be sure to check out all of them. And then if you would, go over to Kelly's YouTube page and leave her some love and congratulate her on reaching the milestone of 5,000 subscribers. That's just amazing. I decided that I want to have my embellishments here in a line across the page. So I thought that it was missing something up here in this left corner. So in the embellishment pack for Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Fresh Snow collection, that's so pretty, I found this little twig, and I like this because it brings in that mint color. There's just a little hint of that mint color on this ephemera piece. And I think by adding that, that's going to bring more of that mint color into the layout. And then that gives me that diagonal embellishment that I'm looking for to draw your eye across the page diagonally down to my photo. So that is going to wrap up today's layout. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. And I would love for you to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram if you don't already follow me there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!